Very good morning to all of you. Thank you, Jose, for giving me opportunity to come here. And thank you, Simon, for bringing up the topic of semicon. And semicon is an idea or an engagement model, or I would say the new oil, which he just talked about. Okay. Friends, I want to tell you a little different story today. And the topic for the India Advantage Summit is about greener and smarter. So how do we take this forward? Let me just talk about how Karnataka, the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission and Government of Karnataka is actually working or promoting the inclusive, sustainable industrialization through a concept that we all know is innovation, and what we're trying to put together here. If we, can someone help me? Yeah. And if we recall our Honorable Prime Minister's vision, he says that yes, we will have a $5 trillion digital economy by 2025-26 and $1 trillion digital economy by 2025-26. Our own Honorable CM is talking about of a 1.5 trillion economy of Karnataka, in which as a front runner, as a leader, we said let's pick up a target. The target of $300 billion contributing towards the $1 trillion digital economy of India. So one state, among all the states in the country, standing up as a front runner and taking a bold statement, let us assume that responsibility. And it is doable. Any guess how much $1 billion of digital economy that we have in Karnataka? Okay, I just start and stop me. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Stop me now. We are around $110 billion of digital economy in the state. Feel proud of all of us. And if we have this vision of a $1 trillion digital economy and a $300 billion digital economy, the one thing which we need to do is, the bureaucracy is great, the government is great, but this is not possible to achieve without the concept of by the industry and for the industry. That means industry knows best, industry needs to guide us, industries needs to execute with us, and industries needs to prove the numbers of achievable that we are targeting for. So we need to have friends and friends and friends of industry. And that's what I aim for when I come on these talks, is to say that please become partner with us, please help us, because I need more friends. When I say this by the industry and for the industry, its in spirit is a meaning is that, government has to become as an enabler. Government has to become as a support mechanism. And if you see the goal 8 and goal 9 of the SDGs, which is very clearly articulating, and in fact, I love these goals of goal 8 and goal 9. I hope my chairman also talked about yesterday about these two goals, but I want to reiterate that. Full and productive employment, and the second one is having an infrastructure which is resilient as well as sustainable intelligence. How do we create this? On the left and the right hand side of the slide that you see today, left hand side is the way that we perform as the Government of Karnataka and the KDEM is promote the industry of a digital economy in nature, catering to the goal number 9, build global linkages and partnerships, catering to the goal number 8 and goal number 9. Building the bridge in the industry and the government is enabling the system together. On the right side, if you see, what are those important pillars where digital economy comprises of? And those are IT, ITS, ESDM, startup and innovation, talent, and etc. Okay, goal 8 and goal 9, we need to do this. Where is Karnataka? I'm very happy. You pick up any indicator that you think on the digital economy side, ladies and gentlemen, Karnataka is the numero uno. Having said this, completely, take up number 1 of the ranking, come number 1 in the across the total exports in India, number 1 in FDIs coming to any of the states. Any indicator that you pick up, Karnataka is numero uno. And I feel proud. I feel proud to see it sustain this number going forward year to year ahead. Why we say this? Numero uno, etc. Why we say this? Because a very strong ecosystem in electronics and innovation space. And I'm focusing today my talk on electronics. And how it is catering to, because electronics is manufacturing, manufacturing is industrialization, industrialization in innovation is sustainability. And that's the reason I'm focusing on electronics and the innovation today. And if you pick up Anek things, the second world largest chip design house is your city where you're having this summit today, Bangalore. Second world largest. 85 chip design companies are there in India, and all are there here in Bangalore. A very nice moment for all of us. And if you see about the, how much we are contributing towards the electronics outcome, the exports, the services, there. On the right side, if you see in the innovation side, Bangalore, this statistics is not there on the slide. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, 2021 to 22, every 19th day, we have born one unicorn. Every 19th day, we born one unicorn. 40% above of the unicorns born in India are from Bangalore and Karnataka. We are looking at to have more than 200 unicorns in the state by 2025. We will be, for sure. How many startups are there? Aspirations? Please partner with us more. How we are progressing? The goal is there, and we are having numerous, but how we are progressing more? Some of the important pointers, especially when you look at the goal number 9, which is talks about of the, sustainable industrialization. What it means is that we need to have very understanding about what type of capex are coming up and in which field the capex is going. And how can we have this capex looked into from a perspective of any policy document which we design for is looking at the area of sustainability as well. So when you say incentives for capex and opex, this parameter goes inside. When we say the industry focus policies, looks into what is the digital economy and the few technologies are coming up. I'll give you one more statistics later on. Looking at a sustainable energy, a skilled and trained manpower, infrastructure that we're talking about of electronics manufacturing clusters, which is primarily dominated into those regions for all the manufacturing at a greener and a smarter level. All these are in line with the approach of making a goal 9 achievable to us. We might not be exhaustive here. I'm happy to take notes from you. Sanjeev, you are missing this part. Please educate us. And that is what the partnership and the friendship talks about of industry is. Some different features that we brought in on the electronic side is, these are 5 important pillars. The world class, in fact, the government of India has launched the projects of EMC. 24 projects were launched by the government of India, out of which the one project which has gone live and started servicing is in Mysore called Lahari, which is an advanced electronics test facility where the industries can use this facility at a very low cost model and go for a global market access on certifications and validations. Second one is a multi-tenancy clean room, where the high-tech industry can actually look at now not take up the capex there, but we are putting up our own clean room facility to use by that industry. So they can easily go into the market space from the innovation of a product line to a manufacturing and finally market access. Today, newspapers has talked about of a publication has called for a call for proposals for Global Emerging Technology Design Center. What does this mean is, if you have MSME industry or you are into a startups, you have an idea. You can come from in this facility from an idea to developing the prototype. Various kinds of labs with all world-class technologies are available in this center, and it will be available. We call for the call for proposals. We're looking for more partnerships to come and scale this up. Safal, the first-in-kind semiconductor fabless accelerator lab. The DLI scheme which has been published by the government of India is being pushed by us. I take a small credit from government of Karnataka to say that government of Karnataka pushed this DLI, and the successful example came from Safal. Now we're looking at this Safal to give much more idea. In fact, the world look at some around 20 or so startups which in the fabulous design. I'm happy to say that out of all the world, across the world, out of 20, majority were from this accelerator, Safal, in Bangalore. Again, an initiative which can be replicated in other parts of the world, not only in India. I'm looking for this. I don't know whether have you ever visited, do you know about Center of Neuroscience in ISC? Anybody knows about it? Thank you. Have you visited? Thank you. If not visited, please do visit sometime. The fantastic research on nanotechnology which is happening around us, including the applications in the areas of aerospace, in the areas of material sciences, in the areas of healthcare. My eyes were completely open when I spent my half a day in this center and look at the startups which is coming up from there. Amazing work. All these are building up the momentum of sustainability and the industrialization and the innovation. Last two points. Karnataka, the power surplus state. 63% of the installed power capacity is from renewables. No other state has this. No other state. These all talks about of that our own approach towards how we are progressing towards the agenda for greener and smarter. And if I look at the goal number 8, how we are progressing on, the first one is productive. You can be productive, gentlemen and ladies, if you have a job or if you have an opportunity for entrepreneurship. Correct? Otherwise, you cannot be productive. So how do you make productive? So first slogan that we pick up is job for all. Let's make sure that how do we make a commitment for ourselves to say we can promote a job for all and make sure that our populations, unemployed youth or youth which is coming out is getting a productive environment for jobs. What are we doing in this area? We have developed a fantastic strategy called as Nava Sutra strategy. Earlier there was 9 planets, right? So those 9 planets in Hindi philosophy called Navagraha. And those Navagraha has called a Nava Sutra strategy to determine this goal number 8 for us. I will not go into deeper of a Nava Sutra strategy, but if you do a Google, you will find out a Nava Sutra strategy as well. Having said this, we are not leaving any stone untouched. For example, WOW, Women at Work. Initiative is what? To increase the women participation in the workforce. And in fact, we all know that if women goes into the productive environment, the entire family gets better and move up in the ladder. How do we create those momentum? Is to amplify the efforts of corporates. Many of the corporates here do great programs and policies and schemes for attracting women workforce. What we are trying to do is bring those all together and amplify this and give an outreach to the larger audience in the state. We are not reinventing the wheel. They know better how to employ, but we can be the enabler to reach out to the outer masses. We have got almost 10 corporates signed up with us and say, let's scale this up, let's scale this up. I would request more corporates to join on these initiatives. We're coming out with a fantastic portal called as Karnataka Skill Connect portal. What is Karnataka Skill Connect portal is that imagine if a student is looking at my aspiration, where he or she will find an aspiration to become what? The knowledge of that. Come on to the Karnataka Skill Connect portal, you will get an aspiration in terms of analysis, and if what you aspire, okay, I want to become ABC, in that ABC category, you can then have your assessment of yourself where you are. Fair point? But that is not enough. You need a guidance in terms of moving up in this ladder. So there's a career guidance which is available for you in that portal. After this, you want to register yourself in some of the programs. You register in some of the programs, you pass on those certificates, the credit needs to be available to your institutions. So institutions are also part of this portal. Your credit goes back to your institutions. And in this process, you also need to do internship. So the internship is available on the portal itself. You can apply for it and you can go for internship, both offline and online. In this part, then you go for a different level of mentorship because you got one job, but you still want to achieve something more. So there's a mentorship module. And even doing all this skilled part of this, you can at least end of the day, is a marketplace. You can find out all the jobs that you want and apply for it. You can go for interviews. Building up a CV and etc. are a very small thing. Very small module. This is the holistic view of a Karnataka Skill Connect portal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a very high stage of launching it right now. It's just getting launched. Just wait for it. We will be launching it. Again, numero, in terms of thinking about of this module to become up together. Other thing which is some of the statistics. A state with 52 universities. A state with 234 engineering colleges. A state which has more than 1,700 ITIs, diplomas, etc. A state which produces 100,000 PhDs. A state which has 20,000 automotive engineers and 10,000 aeronautical engineers. and the Center of Excellences of ISC, Center of Excellences of Indian Institute of Management and all. And says that in Hindi, there's three lords, Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, and Lord Shiva, okay? All of them are in northern part of it, correct? Somewhere, right, they say that. What I see today's world of the Lord is a talent. And the talent lies in Karnataka. You see the Center of Excellences here. What coming more? Thank you, Simon, for coining this, helping me to put this stitch together between our two talks, is the semicon. How do we make sustainable for ourselves? Without having a semicon, it's just not possible. Our Honorable Prime Minister's vision is that, and for us also the same. I'm very happy to share with you that the ISMC has signed India's first fab unit in Mysore. Government has issued the orders appropriately, waiting for Government of India to give a nod, and you will find the first fab coming up in Karnataka in Mysore. Approximately $3+ billion of investments coming up. We are also looking at the OSAT and ATMP facilities coming up along with the fab. Very high discussion. One OSAT has already been done. We're looking at 2 more. So those 2 more are supposed to come back quickly to us. Hopefully we'll be able to close those deals as well. Display fab. You announced recently, you have seen the Vedanta going to Gujarat. Great. Karnataka is not leading behind. We are in the spirit of picking a display fab as well. And I'll come back to you later whenever time comes back to say which company is that. We are also quoting into, just a small example, in our Belgaon and Hubli cluster and our Mysore cluster, we identified electronics manufacturing clusters. Without even launching this formally, we got 18 LOIs signed worth of rupees 1,600 crores and approximately $215 million of investment signed up. Now what we're doing is, whenever it gets approved, it's fine, but we can set up those operations here. This is coming, this is not here. We are also looking at EV cluster to become up here. So all these are part of the technologies which we'll be bringing up together in Karnataka. My last statement to all of you is, and my time is up, motivate us by just saying, cheers for Karnataka. Thank you.